The doorbell doesn't work here, hasn't for years. But I heard it yesterday, that familiar two-tone chime clear as day. My hands froze in the dishwater. The glass I'd been washing slid under the suds, silent. Through the kitchen window, the porch was empty. Just evening light stretching the oak tree shadows across the peeling paint. I dried my hands 3 times before realizing I'd lubed the towel around my fingers like a tourniquet. Our old terrazzo floor cracks worse in winter. I know its clicks and groans, same way I knew Marie's footsteps down the hall. This was different, a wet sound like bare feet lifting from tile. Slow, deliberate. Her study smelled of lavender, same as always. Papers stacked by the printer, green banker's lamp still warm from my morning work. But the closet door, the one that sticks unless you lift the handle, stood open exactly 3 inches at 2017 a.m. I awoke to the printer humming, sheets of paper on the floor, each blank, the last one still warm. When I reached to turn it off, the display flashed INK, Lao, CYAN. I leave the hall light on now. Sometimes the bulb dims like something's drawing power from the circuit. The dark spots in my vision linger longer these days. Last evening I found a single gray hair coiled in my coffee mug. Strands don't curl like that when they're new, and mine haven't been that color since the chemo. The printer's running again. If I close my eyes, I can pretend it sounds like her old manual typewriter, that impatient clatter of keys, the bell ding at the end of a line. But the page it spits out smells like vanilla. And hospital soap. The printer's LED pulses cyan. Hospital soap hangs thicker tonight, cloying, as if the walls themselves are sweating antiseptic. The page slides out warm and damp at the corners, cyan ink bleeding into the fibers. Can you see me yet? Behind me, terrazzo clicks, but not the floor. Teeth, my own, chattering. The closet door sighs wider, wood creaking like a rusted hinge. 5 inches open now. Marie's wool coats sway, mothballs rattling inside their pockets. She hated the smell. I had to air them every spring, I think. Why did I keep them? A draft slithers past my ankles. The hall bulb gutters. In the stutter of light, a smudge forms on the wall, a handprint, fingers too long, splayed as though pressed from the other side. The printer again. Another page. Follow the Thay! It says before the cyan gives out. My throat tightens around a name I don't say aloud anymore. The sound of bare feet resumes, not tile, but paper. The rustle of pages turning in the dark. When I touch my lips, they're ice. When I turn, the closet is sealed shut. The handprint remains. My reflection wears Marie's bone structure, her crow's feet. I lean in. The surface gives like skin. The printer hums a lullaby. The mirror blurs as my breath fogs Marie's face. I press a thumb to the glass. Cold. Then warmth bleeds beneath my nail bed burnt wax. The thumbprint I leave melts, dripping downward against gravity. Knock. Knock, knock. Soft, syncopated. The printer whines. I know! Sprawls across the new page, ink choked into clots. A mothball rolls from the closet vent, trailing unraveled wool. The carpet pricks my palm like new stubble. Music threads through the floorboards. A muffled waltz, our old vinyl of Swan Lake. The needle skips. Act 2, the seduction. Split-screen vertigo, one eye pressed to the carpet, the other watching the handprint pulse. Thump, thump, a second heartbeat. The closet answers with a wet, organic click. Fabric tears, hangers sway, screeching like violins. The mirror fogs again. When it clears, my reflection's lips part, something folding itself into the shape of both. Downstairs, the door creaks open. Ice coats my tongue. Marie never locked it, not even at night. A footstep on the stairs. The printer spews one final page, blank except for a single smudge. A thumbprint. Mine. No. Hers. The footsteps pause on a landing. Not right outside. Still, 3 stairs down. Always 3. The air thickens with camphor and rosewater, her perfume, but clotted now, digestive. My breath hits the mirror's surface. The reflection doesn't fog. Her shadow stretches first around the doorframe, a hand too long, fingers splayed and spindled like knitting needles. The closet exhales. Wool tendrils snake around my ankles, impossibly warm, contracting. When I kick, the fibers split open. Wet cattail bursts of red lint. The waltz swells, but it's discordant, melting into a child's music box, overwound. The reflection leans forward without me. Its mouth yawns wider, not a smile. A maw. The printer clicks. Another page. Not paper this time, parchment, singed at the edges. My lungs collapse. It's our lease, my signature looping at the bottom. The shadow's fingers brush the doorframe. Bone creaks, splinters, lengthens. Downstairs the front door slams. But the shadow's here, still here. Always 3 steps away. The stair groans. A wet, splintering sound. My fingers tremble against the mirror's edge. It's cold as mortuary steel. The reflection mouths something I can't hear, pupil swallowing its face into oil spill black. Her shadow peels away from the doorframe, curls upward, adheres to the ceiling. The lease flutters at my feet, ink bleeding into the parchment, rewriting itself. The wool wraps my calves again, syrupy warm. Alive. The closet door gapes, exhaling heat. Inside, knot coats, a rib cage of hangers clattering. The stench shifts. Rot beneath the rosewater. 3 stairs creak, always 3. Bone fingers tap the ceiling above me, peeling plaster. Drip. Drip. Something hits my temple. Not sweat. Syrup. Thick. The printer whines. A photograph emerges. My back hunched in this room. Someone stands behind me. Not in the mirror. Here. The ceiling dent bows lower. Her shadow drips downward now, tar thick, forming a collarbone, a jaw. Wind sucks inward. I feel it pulling, not air. Something behind my sternum. The moth carcass crunches underfoot. The glass kisses my palms, fever hot. Outside, streetlights blink off. 1. By. 1. The final page slides from the printer. The same word, in my handwriting, looping until the paper shreds.